My roommate's boyfriend built me a house after I was evicted. Because of her, I woke up to an eviction notice on my bedroom door. Not the apartment door minus my bedroom door. My roommate Chasey had been secretly reporting me to management for months, claiming I was violating lease terms that didn't exist. When I confronted her, she smirked. I need the space for my yoga studio, and you were always late with rent anyway. I had never missed a payment in 3 years. I was given 48 hours to leave the apartment we'd shared since college. What Chasey didn't know was that I'd been helping her boyfriend Jake with his architecture license exam for the past 6 months. While I packed my things into garbage bags, he texted asking if we were still on for our weekly study session. I replied with a photo of the eviction notice. 20 minutes later, Jake stormed into our apartment. I'd never seen him so angry. You reported her for having Gidsties. She hasn't had anyone over in months except Emmy. Chelsea stammered something about needing more space and how I was always complaining about her midnight Sambri blending. Jake looked at her like he was seeing her for the first time that night. I slept in my car while frantically searching for apartments I couldn't afford at 6 a.m. Jake knocked on my window. I have a property my family's been trying to sell for years. It needs work, but you can stay there temporarily. The property was a half-renovated tiny house on his parents' land, just 400 square feet, but with gorgeous windows and a loft bedroom. Jake had been using it as a portfolio project for his architecture business. Stay as long as you need, he said. I am finishing this as my final project anyway. Over the next 3 weeks, I helped him install cabinets and paint walls while we studied for his exam. We never mentioned Chasey, who had been calling us both constantly. The day Jake passed his architecture exam, Chasey showed up unannounced. She gasped when she saw the transformation. This is amazing. When can I move in? Jake looked confused. What are you talking about? Well, obviously once you are licensed, we're getting our own place. This would be perfect for weekends. She was already measuring spaces with her eyes. Jake handed me a set of keys. Actually, this is Emily's house now. My parents are selling her the land for $1 as their way of investing in my first official project. Chelsea's face fell. But I am your girlfriend, not anymore, Jake said quietly. Chefin, who would make their roommate homeless for a yoga studio, isn't someone I want to build a life with. Last week, Chasey moved into a luxury apartment complex she can barely afford. Meanwhile, I just hosted my housewarming party in my debt-free tiny home, complete with a dedicated office space for my new side hustle, minus helping architecture students prepare for their licensing exams. Sometimes I think about how Chelsea's attempt to take my space ended up giving me a home of my own. Gurn doesn't need a wrecking ball to rebuild what others try to destroy.